Hello everybody, my name is Kim. I am a wellness and motivational coach in Chicagoland, and it is January right now, so it is freezing. I would prefer to do these videos outside since I'm a little bit more nature-based, but you'll just have to deal with these plants back here. They're pretty sweet though. Check out that aloe vera plant. I know you're jealous. It's huge. Anyway, feel free to get a drink. I am drinking some sort of orange herbal tea, I'm not sure, but trust me, you're gonna wanna have some beverage here because we're gonna be doing a little bit of work and this will comfort you. So guys, start off with, I am not a licensed medical professional. I am a wellness coach and I'm a motivational coach. That means that I am here to help you find your goals. I am here to help you achieve your goals and find what's blocking your goals. But I am not here to treat any diseases or medicate or do anything like that. So please keep that in mind. So my topic today that I would like to address is lack of self-esteem or self-worth. We all feel it. It happens. It's a natural part of life, but guess what? It can be fixed and we're gonna fix it. Or we're gonna try to, right? All right, anyway, in my studies, in my research, I have found that there are two reasons or two causes why we have low self-esteem or self-worth. And that is number one, a certain level of narcissism. So I'm not talking about like Patrick Bateman from American Psycho kind of, narcissist, or like your last ex who thought he was hot and had like 6 girlfriends on the side. No, not talking about that guy, although he's a narcissist. I am talking about people who have detached from their feelings. So you can be somebody who's over the top about their looks. They're always wearing makeup, their hair is always done, or they're working out incessantly, or on the other side of the spectrum, they're going to be overindulgent. They're going to be the victim. So they're going to feel like somebody has wronged them at all times. If you say anything, they're going to take it to heart and they're going to feel completely like shit the rest of the day. That would be a narcissist too. You could call it a narcissist, or you could call it resistance. That's a huge one too. It's your resistance to your body, to feeling your true self rather than this inflated image or ego. So let's talk about these two things, okay? Narcissists have this lack of feeling, this inflated self-image, positive or negative. It could go on either end of the spectrum. And they feel the need to project this self-image because they in fact have nothing to connect to within themselves. So they connect with this image. The body is, in the mind of a narcissist, a tool. So that could be seen in a couple different ways. So you could be seen as this person who's always working out. You could be seen as overweight. You could be seen as a person who has disabilities and it's just over exaggerated. They live in this image. They don't live in the self. Another attribute of narcissism would be the type of person who doesn't think globally. So you don't think that your actions are going to affect other people. They just look at the actions, how the actions affect the self. So that person could be the type that only talks about bad things, or only talks about themselves, or only talks about what happened to them rather than what happened to you. So a lot of times these people will not ask you how your day is. They will only tell you how their day is. I think that's enough explanation of what a narcissist is. You got it. You need to learn self-respect. It's a huge one. So if you internalize your true emotions, if you only acknowledge the feelings that feed this image, whether it be the hot shit guy or the victim, you might have an issue with narcissism, but it's something that can be fixed. Ways that you could start to reverse these emotions or these feelings of narcissism would be to start doing things that give you more self-respect. Do things that increase your attention to yourself. So start doing yoga. Do things that are slow moving so you can feel every part of your body as it moves. Start drinking more water. Start eating more cleanly. Don't wear makeup. I know, crazy. Just go outside without makeup. See for yourself that people don't treat you any different. The only people who do treat you different are other narcissists. Learn how to meditate. Get yourself out of the self and bring yourself into the body. Download meditation apps. One that I like or have used before in the past is Insight Timer. It has a lot of guided meditations, so that could be something that could help you. A big thing that you could do is to start creating boundaries with your ego. So start to write down things that make you feel anxiety when they're not being paid attention to. So let's say that your boyfriend or girlfriend isn't responding to your texts, or they're leaving you on read. Oh my God, no, not read. Write down, boyfriend, girlfriend left me on read. What emotion do you feel? Why do you feel that emotion? It doesn't matter. You're not getting attention right now. What if they're taking a shower? Or what if they're talking to their parents? Or what if they're talking to their boss? What if they're at work? You can't have attention all the time. You have to redirect that energy. When you find that why, then you could start to redirect your attention, being like, okay, I'm not getting attention now, but I could go work out instead, or I could go do some stretches and start to feel good. Okay, so next cause would be inner child conflict. Ooh, it sounds so sciencey. So the way that we treat ourselves, the way that we talk to ourselves is learned. You learn this from your parents. You learn this from whoever raised you, a foster parent, a grandparent, next door neighbor, aunt, I don't know. Whoever raised you, you learn it from them. So if our parents yelled at us, we yell at ourselves now. Stay with me. So if they repress their emotions, you learn to repress your emotions. If you were neglected, you learn that being alone is normal, and then that's what you think is normal moving forward. So let's say that poor child who has a single parent, that parent worked 2 jobs, you were raised by your older sister. Your sister's only about 3 years older than you, so they had no idea what they were doing. That person neglected you. They left you alone in your room, and you had a long childhood living in your room by yourself. Yeah, so you grow up and you become that same person. You sit in your room all day, you don't want any human interaction, but then you feel in the deep inside that you're lonely and you wonder why, but you can't figure out how to fix that. This is where your inner child conflict needs to be resolved. Hey, you need to be alone. Or hey, I'm angry. I want revenge on everybody who's ever hurt me. That's not you. I mean, it's you, but it's not the real you. That's just your emotional trigger speaking to you, the way that you learned, your inner parent. If you have a mean inner voice, the one that wants revenge on everybody, you need to develop a mentor in your head. Be strong with that inner voice that puts you down. Let's say you had a very abusive parent, emotionally abusive parent that always put you down for anything that you did. So you grew up to be emotionally abusive to yourself. You tell yourself, I'm no good, I'm not good enough, I can't believe I'm like this, or lack of self-esteem. You are a good person. You're going to be strong with yourself, and you're going to keep doing this. It's going to create anxiety in you, but you have to keep going. So one exercise I want to do with you is something I'd like to call the parent forgiveness exercise. It is a meditation. So if this is something you're not comfortable with yet, you could fast forward, or you could just sit with me now. Let's do it. So I want you to rub your hands together. We're going to do a little something along with this called Reiki. I don't know if you know anything about it. R-E-I-K-I. It is self-healing. You can also heal others, but we're going to do self-healing. It's just energy from your hand. So put it on your heart, because this is what we're going to heal. Anyway, so close your eyes. I want you to feel your feet. I want you to feel your ankles and your knees. Wiggle them around a little bit if you have to. Feel your eyelashes, feel your eyebrows, your lips. And I want you to come into your body fully. Take a deep breath. And then I want you to imagine, since I know your meditation visuals aren't going to be strong yet, unless they are, then awesome. Imagine the person that hurt you as a child. So whether that was your older sister, like I said before, or a grandparent or a parent, imagine them standing in front of you. I want you to keep a distance in between you two. Don't become that person. Don't attach to that person. Pretend there's like a glass wall in front of you. And you're going to stay in your body. You're going to keep wiggling your toes and your legs. And you're going to view that person at a young age, when they were still with their parents or their grandparents or whoever raised them. And you're going to see how that grandparent or that parent treated your parent. Did they treat them the same way, if you know? More than likely they did. Now I want you to keep the mindset that this person that hurt you, no matter how much they hurt you, at one point they were hurt too. And I know that's not an excuse, and you're not supposed to forget what happened to you, but you can change the way that you react to the anxiety that it produces. So just know that your parent or the person who took care of you was also abused. They were also hurt. And instead of getting fixed or being able to get fixed or heal themselves, they internalized, they kept that chain going, and they raised their child in a way that they thought was normal. So we're going to forgive that person. So imagine still that there's that glass wall, wiggle your toes, do some shoulder rolls, do some breath, and give that person sort of like a forgiveness gift. Maybe some flowers or a present, and just give it to them and watch them take it. And then we're going to release that anxiety. So imagine there's a hole beneath you, and you're going to drop that anxiety down the hole, right beneath your feet. Go straight into the earth. And say, bye-bye, anxiety. And then you're going to wiggle your toes, and you're going to wiggle your shoulders, then you're going to come back. Awesome, you just did the meditation. Woo-hoo. So we need to find ways for you to redirect your attention when you start to experience these anxiety issues. So I want you to write down the different ways that you experience anxiety. So were you raised in a way where you were neglected, and now anytime a person gets close to you, you feel anxiety because you think that being alone is normal? Write all these down. You could look at it every day and you could be like, well, this is where my anxiety starts, so how can I fix it? So if that involves stopping and meditating, maybe you could do that little thing I taught you where you shake your shoulders and like do this with your neck, and then breathe and say an affirmation. Say, I am worth it, I am happy, I am a good person, and then establish what your beliefs are. What is your self-concept? Who do you want to be? Do you want to be this policeman, or do you want to be a doctor? You could be anything that you want to be. Doesn't matter how old you are. You can go back to college at 95 years old. Doesn't matter. Redirect your attention. Redirect your anxiety. That's the first step towards becoming a more motivated, a more passionate, and a more confident person. And once you could learn how to redirect this, you're set, man. And just in case you haven't been told this before, or maybe just not today, you're amazing. You could do anything that you want to, and the only person holding you back is you. So let go of the resistance, let go of the anxiety, let it go. Like Frozen. Just let it go, because you're amazing. Guys, thank you so much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. And if you have any subjects you'd like me to talk about, maybe some more meditations that we could work on, or anything else, I do plan on uploading more. It's going to be a little bit delayed because I am a full-time student on top of working, so I'm a glutton for punishment. If it has anything to do with nature, please let me know, because I do want to base my therapy on, I do want to base my therapy on nature and nature things. So anything that you have, any questions, comments, concerns, please comment below. Bye guys.